Hi everyone, so I'm just going over the four documents, the cover letter, the Tennessee Charter, and the Georgia Certificate of Authority, and also the bylaws. Okay, so for the cover letter, it's pretty simple. It's just asking if he has any questions and explaining kind of the process where we need to file the charter and then the Certificate of Authority in Georgia and all of that information. I also just included that these are all drafts and they're subject to Mr. Harris's approval, so it's kind of just pending that, and that's pretty much it, pretty simple. And so here is the charter. I'm sure everyone else's looks the same. Just the name of the corporation, all of the registered agent information, um, the year that the fiscal year closing is, and just general information about the corporation. I didn't include the signatures. I just did little X's there for now until it gets sent over to the client for approval. Fairly straightforward. It's just the 2 pages and not a lot of varying information here. It's pretty factual. And here is the Certificate of Authority for Georgia. I just included Brad's contact information and just the mailing, what type of corporation. I put profit, and just filled it in with his and Cynthia's contact information for CEO and CFO. And I also just did not include the signatures yet. And so the last thing I did was the bylaws. So I just go over where the principal office is for Cutting Edge. I go over the stockholders, how the annual meeting is scheduled, when special meetings can occur, and where the rules for where the meeting of all of the stockholders can be. So I also added just a general notice that is required for letting everyone know when the meeting is in between 30 and 90 days before the meeting actually occurs. So I just go over just in general scheduling for how that should work. And I also go into proxies and that they are permitted, just general rules outlining how proxies work for Cutting Edge. And so then I go in Article 3 to the Board of Directors, how that is laid out, their general powers, their qualifications, and how regularly they meet, when special meetings can occur, and a notice of when a fixed meeting can be. So I also go into how board decisions are made, how any kind of change within the corporation needs a 2/3 vote for amending the bylaws. So then I also go into vacancies when a board of director, when a board member either resigns or leaves for whatever reason, how that works when somebody new is brought in. And also the compensation for them, just general information. So Article 4 is just how many officers there could be, their election and term of office, how they can be removed, what happens when there is a vacancy in case of death or disqualification, the powers and duties that they do have, and how their salaries are recorded. So Article 5 kind of just goes into the financial aspect, going over who can execute a contract, who is authorized to get a loan for Cutting Edge, how checks, drafts, and orders can be deposited into the account, and who can do that, and also when they can do that. And also the same for deposits and who is authorized to do that. So this goes just into how shares can be transferred. It's not anything groundbreaking. It's all just pretty general standard information that would be in bylaws. I put the fiscal year because Mr. Harris did not specify that it just goes with a calendar year just to make things simpler. And that dividends are permitted but not required. So then that pretty much kind of ties it up. I have the waiver of notice here where it is permitted for the notice for a board member to just waive their notice of meeting, and also just how amendments work in Article 11 and how they go about changing the bylaws. And I guess that's it.